In the vast darkness beyond Mars, where the warmth of the sun begins to fade into a distant glow, Jupiter reigns as the monarch of the outer planets. Enormous and ancient, Jupiter commands a vast retinue of moons, each one a world unto itself. Among them is a moon that, while unassuming in size, may hold the most extraordinary secret in the solar system. That moon is Europa. Europa is not the most famous of celestial bodies. It lacks the grandeur of Saturn's rings, the volcanic drama of Io, or the close resemblance to Earth that draws so many eyes to Mars. And yet, Europa is quietly becoming the most compelling object in the search for extraterrestrial life. Not because of what we see on its surface, but because of what we suspect lies beneath. From orbit, Europa looks alien yet strangely familiar, smooth, white, and icy. It resembles a frozen lake trapped in eternal winter. But its surface is far from static. The ice is marked by long, curving lines that intersect in complex, chaotic patterns. These dark bands stretch across continents, some of them hundreds or even thousands of kilometers long. They suggest that the ice is fracturing, shifting, and moving, reshaped by forces from below. Unlike our moon or the surface of Mercury, Europa's exterior is not peppered with impact craters. This lack of scars is crucial. It tells scientists that Europa's surface is relatively young, likely less than 100 million years old. That may sound old to us, but in geological terms, it means Europa is active. Its surface is being renewed, recycled, changed. Something is happening beneath the ice. Beneath that frozen shell, scientists believe, lies a global subsurface ocean, a vast body of salt water that encircles the entire moon. Locked beneath perhaps 15 to 25 kilometers of solid ice, this ocean could be over 100 kilometers deep. If the estimates are correct, Europa's ocean contains more than twice as much water as all of Earth's oceans combined. Let that sink in for a moment. More liquid water on a distant moon of Jupiter than on our entire planet. Water is the cornerstone of life as we know it. Wherever there is water on Earth, life finds a way, whether in Arctic ice, desert rocks, acidic pools, or boiling hydrothermal vents. Water provides the medium for complex chemistry to occur, and without it, our form of life cannot exist. Europa, despite its location far from the sun, appears to possess this vital ingredient in abundance. But how can liquid water survive in a place so distant and cold? At Europa's distance from the sun, the surface receives only a fraction of the solar energy Earth gets, about 3%. That's not enough to keep water in a liquid state. The surface temperature remains a brutal minus 160 degrees Celsius or colder. So, what's keeping the ocean from freezing solid? The answer lies in the complex gravitational interactions between Europa, Jupiter, and its neighboring moons, Io and Ganymede. Europa's orbit is slightly elliptical, meaning its distance from Jupiter varies slightly over time. As the moon moves closer and farther from Jupiter during each orbit, the immense gravitational force stretches and flexes Europa's interior. This process, known as tidal heating, generates internal friction, producing enough heat to maintain a liquid ocean beneath the icy crust. Tidal heating doesn't just keep water from freezing. It also drives geological activity, potentially including underwater hydrothermal vents, fissures on the seafloor where mineral-rich water spews from the moon's interior into the ocean. On Earth, these vents are oases of life, supporting thriving ecosystems entirely independent of sunlight. Creatures live here not by photosynthesis, but by chemosynthesis, a process by which bacteria and archaea generate energy using chemical reactions. If Europa has similar hydrothermal vents, it could provide both the chemical energy and the stable environment necessary for life to emerge. And not just simple life. Given time, and Europa has had billions of years, life could evolve into more complex forms. While scientists remain cautious, some have even speculated about the potential for multicellular life in Europa's ocean, adapted to live in pitch-black, high-pressure conditions. We can only guess at what such creatures would look like: blind, slow-moving, perhaps even bioluminescent. Life on Europa would likely be unlike anything we've seen before, and yet it would share something fundamental with us: a common thread of chemistry, driven by the same laws of physics that govern the entire universe. But how do we test this theory? How do we reach across 628 million kilometers of space, drill through kilometers of ice, and sample the ocean hidden beneath? The answer lies in an ambitious mission that is already underway. NASA's Europa Clipper mission, launched in 2024, is humanity's best attempt yet to unlock the secrets of Europa's hidden sea. Set to arrive in the Jovian system around 2030, Clipper is not a lander. It will not touch down on the surface. Instead, it will enter orbit around Jupiter and perform nearly 50 close flybys of Europa, passing as close as 25 kilometers above the surface. Armed with a sophisticated suite of instruments, Europa Clipper will conduct the most detailed study of the Moon ever attempted. It will carry ice-penetrating radar, capable of peering beneath the crust to determine the thickness of the ice and locate potential pockets of liquid water. It will analyze surface chemistry using spectrometers and capture ultra-high-resolution imagery of geological features that might indicate recent or ongoing activity. Perhaps most exciting of all, the spacecraft may fly through plumes of water vapor erupting from the surface. These plumes, first detected by the Hubble Space Telescope, suggest that cracks in the ice may allow jets of water to escape into space, like geysers from the hidden ocean below. If Clipper passes through one of these plumes, it could directly sample material from Europa's ocean without ever landing or drilling. The data gathered will be analyzed for signs of complex chemistry, salts, organics, and other molecules that could hint at biological processes. While Europa Clipper is not designed to detect life outright, it may reveal the fingerprints of habitability or even something more. Imagine, just for a moment, what it would mean if we discovered even a single microbe on Europa. Not a fish, not a plant, just one simple cell. That discovery would fundamentally change our understanding of biology, evolution, and our place in the universe. It would mean that life is not unique to Earth, that it can arise wherever the conditions are right, that we are not alone, even in our own solar system. And if life can emerge twice, on Earth and on Europa, it could emerge anywhere. In the subsurface oceans of Enceladus, in the methane lakes of Titan, on planets orbiting distant stars. The implications stretch beyond science. They touch philosophy, theology, and the deepest questions we ask as a species. Who are we? Why are we here? Are we a cosmic accident, or part of a larger story being written across the stars? Even if the Europa Clipper finds no evidence of life, its mission will not be in vain. It will return valuable insights into the formation of icy worlds, the chemistry of alien oceans, and the mechanisms that make them geologically active. It will pave the way for future missions, perhaps even a lander or a submersible that can one day touch the ocean itself. But above all, Europa represents something larger than science. It represents the spirit of exploration, of curiosity, of refusing to accept that our knowledge is complete. It's a reminder that the universe is vast, mysterious, and full of surprises. That while our planet teems with life, it may not be the only one. That the story of life could be a cosmic story, unfolding across planets and moons, in oceans under alien skies. Europa is more than a moon. It is a mirror, a reflection of our desire to understand, a whisper from the deep beckoning us to listen.